summer program info number 2. All right, so we're just going to go over some on behalf of Coach Hoffman and Coach Anderson and I. We're just going to go over some of our skill set information that we look forward to each player getting and gaining during our program this week and then next week, before we actually can get together. Okay, but when we get together on the 16th, we're going to be working on skill sets, which again we specifically. So again, if you didn't watch the live stream video that is now posted on our YouTube channel, that's also been posted on Twitter. It's posted in the GroupMe. It's also posted on our website. Okay, and remember your 4 sources of media and information: so Twitter, GroupMe, the YouTube channel, and then our website. Okay, and then today I'll refer to in the details down below. Elena and Jane from the courts, even better. Great job, ladies, getting out before it gets hot. So make sure you check out those media, and then also the serve video that I referenced on Tuesday. I also put a link in the details to the YouTube video, but it's also been published through Twitter and GroupMe. Okay. All right. So again, we talked about our player rank and that we use an algorithm, so we don't count on one specific thing to determine player rank. We basically have 5 variables that we look at. And then number 3 is the skill set, okay, which we look at specifically your serve, okay? So you have to have a varsity level serve to play varsity. I mean, that's just the bottom line. So everything else can be great, but if your serve's not varsity level, then it just doesn't work. So work on your serve, access the video, because we need velocity on your serve. Number 2 is net play, okay? So in our program and to run certain plays, and singles and doubles, you have to be comfortable with playing the net, and you have to be good at volleying, putting the ball away, so on and so forth. So we see a lot of volley skill sets that are basically maybe more natural, but they're not efficient, and they're not helpful to the volley skills specifically used in tennis. So I put a great video out this summer, I think back in May, on Twitter and GroupMe. That really shows you how you should volley without a swing. So we see a lot of swinging at the net, which my favorite shot is when people are right on the net and they swing and try to volley and the ball is possible, but you see players do it, and that is because they're swinging. So the video does a great job, which you do need to access, of just showing that the video or the volley stroke is very, very short. It's very efficient. It's very compact, and you don't generate power on your end by swinging. The ball's coming at you with a certain velocity, and you're just gonna, raise the racket, turn your shoulders, and you're gonna create the volley velocity by moving forward. Okay, not by swinging, but by moving your body forward towards the ball. And then it's just kind of like a blocking fashion, and then you just kind of aim it to where you want to go. So the video does a great job of taking a pro player who's developing, and this is actually his lesson on volleying. And what they try to do is he kind of does what a lot of our players do, is he's swinging. The volley stroke is too long. It's too complex. And he just needs time to simplify it, make it more efficient, and then learn where the true power of the stroke comes from. So it all comes in closing in on the ball. So see the ball and go get it, which we talk about all the time at the varsity level. Don't wait for the ball. See it, go get it, and then you're just going to punch it. Okay, so get that racket up and then create the velocity by moving towards the ball or towards the direction that you want to put the ball. Okay, so we know that a lot of girls in prepping like to work on their ground strokes. So ground strokes are kind of the 2 things that the players sometimes naturally do not have in our program that we really have to work to develop. So that's why I mentioned those 2 first. So develop a serve using the video, the principles that we talked about, and then just know that when you are practicing, you need to spend time at the net. You need to be comfortable in playing the net, and you need to have a very short, smooth, efficient, quick volley stroke, okay, which you can get from watching the video. All right. The 3rd skill that we look at in there is movement. All right. So some of you move your feet naturally, whether you're a multi-sport athlete or just definitely the players that naturally move their feet get better faster, much faster. They're just generally more athletic naturally. But the movement of the feet just makes everything in the tennis game easier because you're ready and you're prepared. And then we generally have the other spectrum of that, in which we have players that do not move their feet naturally. Now, the good thing is about it, you can train yourself to move your feet. It just takes effort, diligence, discipline, and training. But if you do not naturally move your feet, in other words, you hit the ball and then you kind of just stand there, that you're not naturally in constant motion on the court, then you need to train your feet if you want to play varsity tennis, because it just makes a huge difference. And again, you see the players, we've had several success stories of players that just are great athletes and naturally move their feet, and they're 1 year in the program and they're playing varsity tennis. So you can move up extremely fast with thing that, I would say probably 70% of our program needs to train on moving their feet. And if you watch some of the top varsity players, you will see that during a point that they're never stop moving. They are naturally motion. So tennis is not a game where you hit the ball and then you stand and you watch it. Basically, it's hit the ball, you keep moving, see where the ball is going, and then you go there and attack the ball. So, when you look at our top varsity players, 1 through 6, 1 through 8, they are moving their feet constantly during the point. In every point, they just don't stop moving, and they're naturally moving to know how to direct the ball, so they know where they're going to hit the ball. It's obviously going to be away from you, so you're going to have to move. Okay, so those are our big three. So you got serve, you got net game. You have to be able to play the net and do it well, especially if you want to play doubles. I know that a lot of our players enjoy doubles, but if you cannot play the net, then you cannot play doubles. And that's why also on our team, we have a rank of single players and we have a rank of double players. And sometimes, those cross over in that top 6, but just because you're a good singles player does not make you a good doubles player because of that net game. And if you can't put the ball away, you can't play the net well, then really you're a liability to your partner in doubles. So, so net play and then move your feet. Okay, you got to have movement out there. All right. And then the other one that we look at to teach the different ground strokes, the volleys, slice is a big one that a lot of players do not have. So we want you to be able to chip the ball short, use the defensive slice in situations during a match, especially at the varsity level. And then some players develop such a good slice that it actually becomes a weapon that they use, and it would stay really low to the ground. And it was a great shot, and also helped make her one of our better doubles players because she could use that as an approach shot. Okay. With you, always. All right. So, and then the fifth one we look at is just athleticism, which some of you naturally have and some of you don't. But if you do in that one part of that algorithm. Okay. So until we are able to get together, and then even when we are together, starting in June 16th, if you go out and you work, so we got a couple of players up at the courts right now. Again, we have a bucket of balls up there by the shed. It's a blue bucket. Those balls are for players. So when you come up, just use the balls. Just make sure they get back and make sure the lid gets on the bucket in case it rains. I suggest turning it upside down and then leave it by the shed. Okay, watch the video. Work on your net game. Okay, watch the video. Help each other. Spend time feeding to your teammates at the net. Okay, and then maybe do some footwork stuff. Okay, and then if you don't have a specific shot that you need, then make sure that you practice that specific shot. And again, you can go back and watch the previous videos like UCLA and some of the other drills that we do. We actually focus on the players do reps with the specific shots that we need. Okay, and especially during our warm up. So again, chip and charge, the slice, the lob, all those you need to have in your skill set. Direction there on what to work on when you're not with us, and those are kind of the big things that we look at and we assess as we evaluate players and we rank players within our program. All right, so access the 4 media points. Make sure you've watched today's video and then Tuesday's video. Make sure you have all the information about social distancing. So again, I'll remind you again, when we come out together on the 16th, make sure you have your own water, make sure you have your own towel, okay, so that you can wipe sweat and stuff off and not contaminate anybody. You can obviously use your shirt, but just having a towel. And then if you want to bring your own hand sanitizer, you can. Next week, the district should be reporting. I think we should have jugs out there for you. But just remember, we're not going to be sharing anything. So anything that you might need, for yourself, then make sure you have it. Okay. All right. If there are any questions, just make sure you can email or contact myself, Coach Hoffman, or Coach Anderson. Pay attention to GroupMe as well. And then, hopefully we'll get going. So next week there won't be anything. I'll probably send out a little announcement just reminding everybody to watch the videos and that we're good to go on the 16th, which basically from the athletic department this week, it sounds like we are going to be good to go. So, and then we'll just kind of update everybody on the routine back on the court with all of the players and all the team. Last thing before I go is that there will be a way for you to RSVP that you're going to be there on the 16th. We'll send that out next week, so please pay attention for that. So we'll basically send out some way in which we can kind of keep track of numbers of how many we think that are going to be there on the 16th. Because again, we have to stay below that number based on Clay County, the CDC, so we have to be under 50. So I don't think it's going to be a problem during the summer because, again, attend when you can. I know a lot of you are traveling or doing programs, but, show up and be with us when you can. But if we have more than 50, then we'll divide it into 2 sessions, and we'll just make sure that people can come and leave, and then the new group can come so that we're not over 50 at any point in the practice. Okay. All right. Elena and Jay, good job this morning. You communicate next week again, which has you RSVP and get your numbers. Okay. Look forward to seeing everybody.